Alright, today we're going to show you how to use a user state migration tool. This tool is a GUI interface for actually the user state migration software supplied by Microsoft. And what this will allow us to do is copy the user's profile from an XP machine to a 7 machine. It also copies like their My Documents and their PST files, and it'll even do printers. And so it's pretty convenient. So what we need to do is up here in the SFI2 under Utilities, there's a user state migration folder, and we're just going to copy that folder down to the C drive of the computer that you're going to migrate. So I've already done that. Here it is right there. So we're going to open up that folder and start the USMT program. And it shows a tip of the day. So basically, here's the console for it. It shows that it's going to back it up to the local C drive under a folder called backup, and that's pretty sufficient. You know, you could direct it to some other file, but this works just as well. Down here, we're going to pick the users that we want to migrate, and I usually use the custom level. So you can migrate all these users or just specific ones. I would suggest we just move the users that are currently using the computer that you're migrating. So we'll pick CIV there. Over here we're going to check the boxes of the drives we do not want it to scan. So we're going to uncheck all the network drive, or check all the network drives, and just leave the C drive. The next selection is we're going to pick folders we want to migrate. Now these would be folders that are not within the user's profile area. So for example, on this machine, I see that there is an email folder that I want to move over. So we'll add that to the list. Over here you can specifically say not to migrate folders. This selection right here will actually allow you to add or remove specific file types to migrate. I would just leave it as is. So once we've done that, we're going to click on Save a Profile, and it should save it under the folder on the local C drive. And we'll give it a name. We'll call it CIV. We'll be using this profile when we restore. So we do begin capture. And we see that it has a warning here about admin rights undetermined. I've gone through and done this a couple times with this error message, and it doesn't seem to be an issue. It shows us that there are 6 drives excluded. One folder that's included output is going to be saved to a specific spot, and it's certainly going to capture 1 user. So we'll say proceed, and let's ignore that. And it tells us about the warning. Say yes, and yes, and it is starting its process. Okay, so here you see the application is finished. Gives you a process completed message. It also has this little warning about, even though the application finished successfully, you know, it may not have gotten everything. Say okay to that. You have a list of things that did and didn't do. Okay, and we'll check that. Alright, so we can close the capture portion of this program. And if we look on our C drive, we have a backup USMT folder, and we also have this XML file which wasn't there before. this has the included and excluded folders. So for that reason, we need to copy both those folders over to the new computer that you're going to be imaging or restoring the user profile to. So we'll pause that as I do the copy. You can do it any way you like. You put it on the network share and then copy it down, copy it directly to the user's C drive or the new computer C drive, put it on a USB drive. Okay, here I'm logged on to the Windows 7 machine. I logged on with my account, which is, has admin rights, was what's required. And you see that we have the backup folder with the USMT file in it. And we have the USMT file itself with the XML folder, and this any file, which is the configuration or the save that we did. We're going to fire up the MUST program. We need to do a right click on this and run as administrator. Say yes. And we're going to close the tip of the day. Pick restore. Notice it's looking at the C backup folder, which is where we want to be. We want to load our profile that we created. And then click on begin restore. This warning is normal. It doesn't know that I'm a local admin, but I am. And this also warning is non-consequential. I've had it before and it seems to work fine. So we say proceed. And we'll say yes to the warning. And yes. And away it goes. So we'll pause the video and wait till it's finished. Okay, so the install is completed. Took 2 minutes 49 seconds. We have the success message, basically the same one as we had before. I say OK to that. We can look at all the things that were sent over. Here's the CIV profile that was moved over. Notice that there were other profiles on that machine, but they didn't get moved over. Notice 0 files. This constitutes my documents and some other things that we selected. I'll close that, and we can exit this. And if we look at the C drive, here's the email that we copied over. Go down to users, and we see CIV. And if we look at our desktop, we see all the stuff that shows up that was on her desktop from the old machine. And that's it.